Welcome back, eager learners. It's a delight to have you return for another captivating session of Global English Competitiveness video series. Today, we are advancing to the third segment of this unit, Unit 3C, Relaxation, a Lifetime Investment. So, arm yourselves with your pen and papers as we embark together on a revitalizing exploration of the serene beauty of the natural world. To recap, we have 4 can-do objectives in this unit. First, to demonstrate an increased appreciation for leisure activities and the beauty of nature through active engagement and exploration. Second, develop a sustainable and mindful approach to leisure activities considering the impact on the environment and personal well-being. Third, to apply the concepts and principles learned from the lesson to enhance overall well-being by incorporating leisure and nature into the daily routines and lifestyle choices. And fourth, to use models in speaking and writing. As you can remember, we have already covered our first 2 can-do objectives. You demonstrated your appreciation for leisure activities and the beauty of nature through active engagement and exploration. And in the previous lesson, you developed a sustainable and mindful approach to leisure activities, considering the impact on the environment and personal well-being. This time, we're going to tackle our third can-do objective, which is to apply the concepts and principles learned from the lesson to enhance overall well-being by incorporating leisure and nature into the daily routines and lifestyle choices. Without further ado, let's move over to our third lesson for this unit, Lesson 3C, Relaxation, a Lifetime Investment. And here are the sub-lessons that will help us achieve our objective. Vocabulary, grammar, listening, speaking, reading, and writing. Let's begin the lesson with a vocabulary activity. Analyze the meaning of the italicized words. Write the letter of the correct answer. Pause the video to start answering items number 1 and 2. Continue answering items number 3 to 5. Here are the correct answers. That was quite easy, right? All right, moving on to our grammar focus. This time we're going to talk about mixed conditional sentences. It can be formed when the 2 clauses of a conditional sentence refer to a distinct time period. This specific sentence structure is commonly referred to as a mixed conditional sentence in B2 level English. Now, there are 2 distinct types of mixed conditional sentences. First, present result of a past condition. Second, past result of present or continuing condition. Let's first talk about the first conditional, present result of past action. In this particular type of mixed conditional sentence, the verb tense used in the if clause is the past perfect tense, while the verb tense used in the main clause is the present conditional. Take a look at the table and how it's formed. We have the if clause composed of if plus the past perfect tense of the verb, which is the had plus the past participle. So for example, if this thing had happened, and then onto the main clause, we have the present conditional, that thing would happen. Similar to conditional sentences in general, the arrangement of clauses is not fixed. For instance, take a look at the first and second sentences. If Sarah had practiced more, she would have won the competition. Here we started with the if clause. The second one, she would have won the competition if Sarah had practiced more. The second sentence started with the main clause, so it's not fixed. We have sentences number 3 and 4. If he had taken the job offer, he would be earning a higher salary now. Here again, we start with the if clause. Now for the fourth example, he would be earning a higher salary now if he had taken the job offer. So here we started with the main clause. Now let's talk about function. This particular form of mixed conditional pertains to a hypothetical past condition and its likely result in the present. These sentences describe a situation that is not true in reality, both in the past and in the present. In these mixed conditional sentences, the if clause is in the past and the main clause is in the present. For instance, if she had practiced more, she would be a professional dancer now. She didn't practice enough and she's not a professional dancer. Second example, he would have won the race if he had trained harder, but he didn't train harder and he didn't win the race. Third example, if they had listened to the advice, they wouldn't be in this situation now, but they didn't listen to the advice and they are in this situation. In these mixed conditional sentences, you have the option to use modals in the main clause instead of would to indicate the level of certainty, permission, or recommendation regarding the outcome. For instance, if you had crashed the car, you might be in trouble. Second, if I had invested in the networking business, I could be a millionaire now. Third, if I had learned scuba diving, I might be on the seas right now. So we use here the modals instead of would. Now let's talk about the second conditional. It's the past result of present or continuing condition. In this second type of mixed conditional sentence, the verb tense in the if clause is the simple past, and the verb tense in the main clause is the perfect conditional. So, take a look at the table and how it is formed. You have the if plus the simple past. So, if this thing happened, then the main clause, the perfect conditional, that thing would have happened. Again, like all conditional sentences, the order of the clauses in this type is not fixed. When you change the order of the clauses, you might need to rearrange the pronouns and make punctuation adjustments, but the meaning remains the same. For example, in number 1 and 2, if I had more free time, I would have gone on a hiking trip. Here we started with the if clause. In the second example, I would have gone on a hiking trip if I had more free time. We just dropped the comma and then we started with the main clause. But the meaning still remains the same. Third and fourth example, third one. If they didn't live so far away, we would have visited them more often. So here we started with the if clause. And for the fourth example, we would have visited them more often if they didn't live so far away. The meaning is the same. We just started with the main clause and then we dropped the comma. Next, number 5. If it wasn't raining, we would have gone for a picnic. Started with the F clause. And number 6, we would have gone for a picnic if it wasn't raining. Here we started with the main clause. Now let's talk about the function of the second conditional. These mixed conditional sentences express an unreal present situation and its probable past result. In these sentences, the if clause refers to now or always, while the main clause relates to a time before now. For instance, when we say, if I wasn't afraid of spiders, it contradicts the present reality where I am actually afraid of spiders. Similarly, I would have picked it up contradicts the past reality where I didn't pick it up. Take a look at the following examples. Number 1, if he wasn't afraid of heights, he wouldn't have taken the stairs. But the reality is, he is afraid of heights and he took the stairs. Number 2, I would have won the race if I had trained harder. But the reality, I didn't win the race and I didn't train hard. Next, number 3. If they weren't allergic to cats, they would have adopted one from the shelter. But the reality, they are allergic to cats and they did not adopt one from the shelter. And the last example, if the weather wasn't so bad, we would have gone for a hike in the mountains. But the weather is bad and we didn't go for a hike in the mountains. Let me show you a couple more examples using the mixed conditional pattern. Keep in mind that in the following examples, verbs in green are in the present and real conditional. Verbs in brown are in the past and real conditional. And verbs in blue are in the future and real conditional. You may pause the video so you will have more time to read examples and explanations. Now let's put your grammar knowledge to a test. Fill in the blanks with the correct form of the verbs in parentheses to complete the mixed conditional sentences. For example, in number 1, if we had blank the long-term benefits of relaxation, we would have made it a priority from the beginning. The answer here is no. Now pause the video and answer items number 2 to 6. Here are the correct answers. Now moving on to our next sub-lesson, listening. Listen as I read the following sentences and identify whether they are in the first or second conditional. Sentence 1. If I received a promotion, I would have treated myself to a luxurious vacation. Again, if I received a promotion, I would have treated myself to a luxurious vacation. Sentence 2. If I had practiced more, I would have performed better during the piano recital. Again, if I had practiced more, I would have performed better during the piano recital. Sentence 3. If we didn't take preventive measures, the garden would have been overrun by pests. Again, if we didn't take preventive measures, the garden would have been overrun by pests. In sentence 4, if he had read the book beforehand, he would have understood the movie adaptation better. Again, if he had read the book beforehand, he would have understood the movie adaptation better. Here are the correct answers. Let's continue to our next macro skill, speaking. In this section, you're going to read a given text. You will be given 45 seconds to prepare before reading the text, and then you will have 1 minute and 30 seconds to actually read the text aloud. Don't forget to pause the video and set the timer for this activity. Feel free to employ CCAI to check, practice, and improve your pronunciation during speaking exercises. Confirm the accuracy of your pronunciation and effortlessly enhance your speaking skills. Moving on to our reading activity. Read the passage with me. Relaxation, a Lifetime Investment by Maria Crispy Velasco. I believe that relaxation is commonly seen as a brief pause from our daily routines. However, its significance deepens when we consider it as an investment that spans our entire lives. In a world driven by constant productivity and an unyielding pursuit of goals, relaxation is often overlooked or considered a luxury rather than a necessity. Nevertheless, comprehending relaxation as a lifelong investment reveals its true value. Try to imagine a life characterized by perpetual work, constant stress, and unending responsibilities. It may be challenging to envision, isn't it? However, the absence of regular relaxation takes a toll on both our mental and physical well-being, resulting in burnout and a diminished quality of life. This underscores the significance of investing in relaxation as it plays a pivotal role in preserving our overall health and well-being over the course of our entire lives. Remember that relaxation is not only about taking a brief break from our responsibilities for a short while. It encompasses dedicating time and creating the right atmosphere to engage in activities that bring us joy and restore our energy. Whether it's spending time in nature, pursuing our hobbies, or simply embracing peaceful moments, these instances of relaxation rejuvenate us and have a positive effect on our overall well-being. As students, we often prioritize academic pursuits and future career goals, leaving little room for relaxation. However, incorporating relaxation into our lives is crucial for maintaining balance and preventing exhaustion. By consciously allocating time for relaxation amidst our studies, we enhance our productivity, creativity, and overall satisfaction with life. This perspective on relaxation extends beyond our educational years. As we transition into the workforce, establish families, and face new challenges, relaxation remains an indispensable investment. It empowers us to navigate the demands of our careers and personal lives with greater resilience and clarity. Ultimately, viewing relaxation as a lifelong investment requires a shift in mindset. It entails recognizing the value of self-care and prioritizing our well-being alongside our ambitions. It involves acknowledging that genuine success is not solely measured by professional accomplishments, but also by our ability to lead gratifying and well-balanced lives. Now, to check your reading comprehension skills, answer the following questions. Choose the letter of the correct answer. You may now pause the video to start answering items number 1 and 2. Continue answering items number 3 to 5. Here are the correct answers. And we're down to the final activity for this lesson. In this section, you will be tasked with creating 5 sentences for each of the given picture. For each picture, you will be provided with 3 words or phrases that must be incorporated into your sentence. You have the flexibility to change the forms of the words and use them in any order. Your sentences will be evaluated based on 2 criteria. First, the correct use of grammar, and second, the connection between the sentence and the picture, assessing its relevance. You may now pause the video and start working on this activity. After sharing your insights through writing, you may utilize ChatGPT to assess the quality of your write-ups, ensuring clarity and coherence and adherence to instructions. Edit as needed and save or share as required. And with that, we have covered our third can-do objective,
which is to apply the concepts and principles learned from the lesson to enhance overall well-being by incorporating leisure and nature into the daily routines and lifestyle choices. In this lesson, we enriched your vocabulary on relaxation-related words. We also talked about mixed conditional sentences. Then you listened as I read sentences and you identified whether they are in the first or second conditional. You also read a given text out loud in a timed reading activity. Then we read an article together on relaxation as a lifetime investment. And finally, you described given pictures using the given words and phrases.
As Unit 3C draws to a close, I'm filled with gratitude for our collaborative exploration. Your dedication to learning has truly made a difference. Let's harness the insights gained here as we move forward. Until our next encounter, keep embracing curiosity and seek new horizons.